Rush records in this bitch. Yeah. Play the game, heavy hustle. Deal or no deal. Man, my money affiliated. Yeah. Bitch. And screaming fucking niggas who hated the money affiliated. Speculating me landing. Must have got me mistaken with lame niggas. Know you gon' get high as fuck as long as the planes with you. Let that made the situation low and became richer. People talking down, but see me, I'm the same nigga. Leave your bitch around, we gon' take the champagne with her. He don't touch the ground, see a cloud with my name in it. Only easy riders, please know cigars only on my gang. Oh, I'm a legend in these streets, that's how I do my thing. And don't wear the fitted, I got the city on my chain. Oh man, still they hate and talk smack, knowing if I was gone, there'd be no throwing for your rock sack. Cruising maximum altitudes, I'm trying to top that. Someone touch with the real, suckers trying to stop that. But I live on that party, get high, and tell them to the play. Well, maybe they'll love me more when I'm gone. I don't wanna leave, but I need.
All right, y'all. This time we're gonna have to do it. We are going to have to do it up close and personal, man. I'm not gonna be able to, due to the quality of the video and how it was last time. I'm gonna have to, really be up close like this. I'm gonna have to explain everything up close, firsthand. Yeah, because that looks a lot better than how that looked at first. I can admit that. So yeah, that'll work. So I know that everything is really going to be dependent on me keeping my hand steady from this point on. I'm going to try to keep my hand as steady as I possibly can. But this is going to be the official decryption of the Masonic square and compass. Um, this is from my perspective. From what I've seen geometrically, I've never seen this be able to be done. But starting off, what we're going to start with is the 0 and 9 down here. First thing I want to say is y'all have to note, when you pour anything, this is science. Like what I've created here was all through my mind. Yes, this comes from me. I've never seen anything to base this off of. So this is all from me meditating myself and going within myself and creating this. And yeah, so basically when you pour everything, I started with, a pyramid of 0 through 9. Let me pause this video real quick. Okay. I started with a pyramid of 0 through 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now, in reality, with science, that's why I say you have to apply with science. See, when you start a pyramid or anything, if you pour something, on a table, it's going to start from a point of singularity at the point, and then it's going to expand in all directions. It's this line, which is the horizon. This is, flat earth cosmology and everything. So, when you pour anything, it's going to start at this point right here. That's why I'm saying, and that's why this square is like this right here. This miniature white area that you see right here is the energy. I coded everything the best that I can, but I'm trying to explain this the best that I can to y'all too. Now this all starts from, you know, I guess I can pull this one over and show this one real quick. Let's start with this one. Y'all just got, a little glimpse of the chakras and everything. But that's the full chakras, and this continues up. Now, I know that y'all know and have heard of the number 7 to be, like a number of completion and everything. Of course, I heard Sanchez say that too. But he ain't the first person I've heard it from. Other people say that too. But this is just my opinion. I see 7 as more, I see 9 through what I'm seeing and everything I'm looking at, everything that I see. Here, 9 is the number of completion, but I see number 7 as the number of reflection, like reflection or repetition, where things start to repeat. Like think about the 7 days of the week. Yeah, that's also where, but that's also where it starts to repeat. It starts to repeat itself over and over again. So it's correct what he's saying. But what I'm thinking on my end more so is that number 7 is more, because look, that's the 7 days of the week. And then you got the 7 continents, which the sun keeps on repeating it, and the sun and moon keeps on repeating. And celestials, repeat going around over and over again. Those 7 continents. Another instance of 7. Of course, we got our body that has 7 systems or whatever. But yeah, that's just me on my end. I feel like every number, of course, 4 is foundation, but every number has some type of energy or specific something that is responsible for doing or carrying out. Now, I'm gonna pull this back over here, this DNA, because that's what I'm gonna go into first before we get into this right here, this full thing. Now, that's why you have right here the 3, 5, and 7 with the Freemasonic staircase. That's why that says Masonic staircase with the Masonic symbol right there. When you start right here with the Freemasons, they have, and I have my other phone that I'm going to use to show y'all stuff, because I can't do this like I wanted to. I tried to do this the best that I could at first through, pulling up a computer and trying to do it and everything, but the shit didn't work. But I'm going to have to do it like this. And I don't need the music anymore, so I'm cool on that. But I'm going to have to pull my phone up right here and show my little collage by this. Now, when you see this right here, I'll show y'all what this means later. But as far as the 3, 5, and 7, I'm going to have to show y'all, so it's not just me saying it. But their actual art itself. I don't know how long this stream is going to be. However long it is how long it's going to be. It is what it is. I'm trying to let everything be, out today. Show everything that I'm, trying to. Well, I ain't going to say everything. I'm going to show what needs to be shown, because you can't give out all your cards. But this right here is part of it. This is 5, and those are 7. And there's 3 more down here. Those are the first. That's the Blue Lodge degrees. But they go by a concept of 3, 5, and 7. Okay. So you learn this in the Blue Lodge. You learn about the. I didn't even have it on camera good enough for y'all. Sorry about that. But yeah, you learn about this in the Blue Lodge as far as the basic, concepts of all of those. That's not a good one. That's not a good one. I'm gonna try to check the chat every 5 minutes, because I ain't been in the chat at all. So if y'all talking, I don't know. The avatar is fine. I appreciate it, Russ said. I appreciate it, man. Into what's good, bro? I guess that's your name. But yeah, I'm gonna continue with this. I hate I gotta do this like this, but it's cool. Yeah, 3, 5, and 7. They got it obvious right here, and then the G. Now I've been saying that the G is symbolic of the number 9, Everybody sees this as as the fetus as well. You know, a lot of people in the conscious community, I've heard them say that the G is the fetus. It's symbolic of the fetus in the womb, as far as the compass, which is correct in a way. But I'm giving everything, when you think of everything from a macro, everything that is the building block of life, numbers, the concept of you have to think frequency and vibration. So when you think frequency, that's what numbers is, man. That's all that's what all of this is. This is frequency. This is the same thing being, frequency, over and over again. And that's why I'm saying that. That's why I have up here that the I is 9, you know. And that's why you see right here I have 3, 5, 7, and 9. Now with the 1 and the 9, the reason why I have the 1 right there is because the 1 really starts with you. That's why that first 1 is right there. See, people don't pay attention to that though. That's why that's a 1. But that's really being raised to a perpendicular. These right here, these pillars itself, I symbolize it as the 0 and the 9. I symbolize 1 as being the 0 and 1 as being the 9 on other art, and it should be in this pile up here. Actually, it's actually within this. Scroll past it earlier. Here it goes. The 0 I symbolize as that, and I symbolize the 9 as another, land and celestial body. So I did that, so I already got that concept. I didn't see the thing, and then I'll hear people, say things like their symbols don't, and I'm gonna be specific. I was on the panel last night because this ties into exactly what that brother was talking about. So I'm going to be specific. Dreads is somebody who I watch. Mr. Question Everything on YouTube. So shout out to him and his platform. Now, I actually have some things in here that I was trying to, explain last night, but he looked over in the chat. Everything as far as, the DNA, I don't just take everything that they say word for word. I don't, but in the Freemasons and their symbols and everything, I comprehend, that it can be seen as, they could be hiding something within, and what we see may not be the truth or whatever. But I feel like what I'm showing through, not feel like it's being shown. You can't get over the numbers, man. The math and the geometry and everything that I'm showing you adds up. I've shown in every possible way that I could. It's even shown in nature. This has helped me. I pay attention to cannabis and how it grows. It grows in the pattern of 1, 3, 5, and 7. It starts off with 1 leaf, then it goes to 3 leaves, then it goes to 5, then it goes to 7 and 9. If possible. I witnessed this in nature. So as far as this DNA concept and everything, math and numbers, that's the one thing, bro. When you look at frequency, vibration, that's why, and then there was something said about Nikola Tesla, him being involved with the fraternity and everything. That could be possible. I'm not saying that it's not. And even if it is true, what truth did the man put out? The man said, if you want the keys to the universe, think in terms of frequency, vibration, and energy. So, of course, that's him saying and giving his piece. But I mean, the truth is the truth. And if you can see eye to eye to that, at the end of the day, you just can't get around. You can't get around that. Now, numbers are numbers. And at the end of the day, that's why I'm communicating what I'm communicating and have been able to figure out what I'm able to figure out and see things how I'm able to see it. Because at the end of the day, you can't, it's too, we know that they gave us our math and our math system, but it's 2 + 2 still 4. If you see 2 legs and you got 2 more legs on the table, do you still have 4 legs? Yes. You know, some things we just can't ditch common sense at the end of the day. We can't do that, you know, at the end of the day. We have to keep some extent of common sense. And I'm not saying that people don't, you know, but it is important to question everything. But I also on my end, the way that I see it is you know, you have to be able to create too. You know, we have to look at what we're creating and what we're putting in, what knowledge are we putting out? You know, and I'm doing my part in putting out. At least I'm trying on my end. I'm putting out something. This is something brand new, discovered, you know, from a new perspective. I'm finding stuff that they've hid and putting it out, man. You know, that they I talked to to a couple Freemasons, and they said, you know, as much as they can say. But I know the language. I know that they ain't gonna tell me what it, but that's why I created my own thing, no matter what anybody else thinks of it. That's why I got my own thing that I create that I'm leaving behind. You know, and I'm only gonna say so much because guess what? You're gonna have people who are haters and people who hate you. You know, no matter how much good you try in your heart, you know, to do, you're gonna have people who just hate your guts from the outside, and you can't stop somebody and how they feel about you. So you have to, in some form, you know, keep secrecy on some things, and that's just the way to life. Privacy, secrecy, however you want to put it. You don't, if you're trying to change the world, you're not gonna get nowhere in the world by being open about how you're gonna do it. That's common sense. So anybody who laughs at me, you know, making my language the way that I am, I'm the only nigga who can type like that. I'm the only person who can do that, who is doing it. I'm the only person that's doing that. And it is special, regardless of, this is an ancient concept. When you talk about our ancestors and everything, bro, that's what those hieroglyphs are. You know, it was coding in itself. Now I just had to throw that out. I had to throw that in there, man. That was something that's important. I'm not even looking at the comments. I'm just going off you know, right now what I feel needs to, you know, strongly be said. You know, because I was really trying to get this information said in his chat yesterday, but it was being highly discarded. And it's cool. But at the end of the day, the truth is the truth, man. Now, what I'm saying is, and I'm just showing the stuff that they won't tell you. You sit down with a Freemason, they ain't gonna tell you this stuff. And this is brand, you know, this is, you can either help build or, you know, tear down. I know I'm not trying to tear nobody's shit down. Now, with the zero, that concept is very important, man, because part of what they're doing, the numbers are the base of everything. See, it's deeper than just the frequency. You have to look at the etymology and all of this stuff that Sanchez is saying. That's where that stuff comes in. You have to look at what these numbers actually symbolize at the end of the day. Nothing coming into something. How do we get from 0 to 1? That's the biggest concept, the biggest question that I have. That's the biggest thing that I'm trying to, you know, in my mind get. You know, that's the key to the free energy right there. Because see, what I'm showing you right now is basically, if you could see under a microscope, uh, it's hard to even say, man. You know, a number under, it's hard for me to really just say exactly what I'm trying to say. But a genius mindset, you know, could probably put, a Nikola Tesla could, if he saw this, could probably put it in words better than I could. At the end of the day, he's not here to do those things, but so I can't speak for him. But what I have here, basically, I've shown, you know, through I tried to show through science and adding, you know, what they already had, their concept of DNA. I tried to add that and mix it with mine that I have with these numbers that I've discovered. Because see, the truth is that the numbers function just like an electromagnetic field. There's positive and negative. You know, it functions as a quadrant. So that's why you have four. It's separated up into fours. And when you and a 9 is so important. The number 9 is so important. There's a reason there's 360 degrees within the circle. Um, that was just paper. But yeah, there's a reason there's 360 degrees in a circle. Now 3 plus 6 plus 0 equals 9. You know, This is important stuff. And no matter what, this is what at the end of the day, when you're talking about free, if the world ended today and we're talking about free energy, we're talking about fractals and all of this type of stuff, because fractals deals with free energy. Um, and once you get a concept of understanding, but if you don't know anything about this, how are you going to create a energy generator? A sustainable one at that. And this is the key to power. This is why people, got control over us, man. And I'm just tapping into it, and this is all on paper. What you see right here, man, is me laying out and getting ready for y'all's eyes, the blueprint. I'm not showing, like I say, you don't give people your full card, so people can say as much as they want. If you're not putting out the full thing, it's not, what you're supposed to. I mean, it's not the full truth or whatever. Well, who says it's something that's got to come out at whatever rate you want it to come out as a, it's about, you're not creating what's going on. You don't know, at the end of the day, you can help build or you're going to destroy. But this right here is going to be a pyramid. Like we got to question, why do we stop building pyramids here? We don't have any real pyramids. We have mounds, but we don't have any real pyramids here in the dude said dropping the crumbs. In the fact the zero is the one. Yeah, that is true. It's, from perspective, because it can be spin. And then I personally think the zero run concurrent with the one. So yeah, for real. Same here, because of the power symbol that's symbolized through that. J Ma, what's good, bro? I see you coming in. And now, like I said, I'm gonna try to check the chat every 10 minutes or so. But now with this, back to the zero. Yeah, I was talking about the zero, and well, he was talking about the zero. But as far as the looking through a microscope and seeing numbers or whatever, that's kind of how I'm visualizing this thing in my mind. If you could see the concept of number, um, it's very hard to explain. But anyway, what you see as far as what they give you as far as adenine, um, and guanine and all of these proteins that are within the DNA molecule and everything like that. These things are symbolized through the numbers itself, because they all function as polar opposites, just like DNA. This is why I'm saying the numbers, once you got a concept of this, you can also use this to code with computers and everything as well too. This can be a concept of code, and this is a concept of fractals. And because every square that you see there, once you turn it another 45 degrees, if you zoomed in, you would be going up another ladder, and then once you would turn on that line another 45 degrees, if you could zoom in, it would be another ladder. So all of this has to do with storage, information. This That's why you see the three oh my gosh, the 3' and 5' over here. On these is polar opposites, just like the 0 and the 9 function as polar opposites. And I can elaborate more on that with the DNA at some point here sooner or later, when I can do a better presentation style, because I want the pictures to be able to be shown. But this is very important with the 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9. Now, when we're talking about Freemasonry, there's something called, that's why I question with the vortex-based mathematics, did Marco Rodin really come out with what you see, I question everything too. When I got into it, I didn't know what a vortex-based mathematics even was. When I first created my number diagram, I didn't know what a vortex-based mathematics was. I never heard of it. But once I looked at the function that I had, I saw a diagram where Nikola Tesla's numbers added up to be 9 all across, and I saw mine did the same thing, which I had never seen the pyramid do that before. It made me look into it. And once I found out who Marco Rodin was and that he was the notable creator of it, I looked more into vortex-based mathematics, because I question everything that I get into. So I looked into it, and I saw some, I saw things that I saw was 100%, undeniable. And I saw some stuff that made me question certain things. So what I'm getting at is that the Freemasons have something called an encampment. That's a degree. And actually it's a very high degree. Extreme, well, I ain't gonna say very, it's 32nd degree is what the Freemason encampment has to do with. Before I get into the encampment, I'm going to take you out through the lower degrees as far as, you know, um, the symbology and what I'm getting at and what I see. The reason why I feel like what I'm getting onto is important is because this right here that you see that? And it's also right here as a full. That's a Masonic apron. Okay, Master Mason. Now, when you see that, these same exact, now, when you see the G, what generates energy? The sun generates energy. When you see that right there, the G, the sun generates energy. So when you see this, this is what you're seeing. This G slash the 9 is what I'm getting at. This as far as all of these are energy generation spots. But then all of this right here, these are energy generation spots. So when I see this right here, isn't that the exact same thing that is right here? Isn't that the exact same thing that is right here? Those are both the exact same things. Undeniable. This right here is the 6-point star as well, but it's the 9 slash the generation. This is where the energy generation point, the 9, the line. This is where everything travels up. Okay. And the sun is right there. Okay. And then they have the flap right there is basically a square, a 45-degree angle. These are both pillars. Okay, this is symbology. So when people like Dread, I don't mean to get at him, man, but I mean that's what he was saying, and I hadn't came out with my presentation or anything yet, but he did say it. He said that their symbols don't mean anything. But I'm showing you that if you really look into it, man, it's really just perception. You can think that they don't mean anything, but I'm showing you that they do mean things, like definitely, man. And what I'm showing you with this is that the fractals, because in these very spots right here, if you move the 0 to right here and move the 9 over right here at a 45-degree angle, which is what that makes a 45-degree angle, just like this right here. That's why this right here creates a square, because all I did was, create a 45-degree angle. That's all I did. That was my objective, was to think about, how a line really expands in space from point, center point, and expands outward like that. It expands outward. That's it. I'm thinking science as I created this stuff. And at the end of the day, that it creates a mountain upward. This is energy and how things function. The hourglass, that's what sand. I was just saying that the sand itself, does that. But this is an hourglass right here. This is also a Masonic symbol. They have the hourglass within their symbols. So what I'm saying is, this right here that you see is this right here. And that's exactly why, if you look at it, it's right there where they will wear it. That's where they wear their apron at, right here in this area and in this area. Now as far as that Masonic encampment, here it is right here. This is on the 32nd degree apron. This is the 32nd degree apron. Now the reason why I brought up the vortex based math and Marco Rodin is because Marco Rodin is supposedly who found out, this information as far as the 0 through 9 and creating that circle and finding that symbol within it. Remember that the Freemasons is who he linked that symbol to once he found out what it was. And the Freemasons have been along, and that symbol has been around longer than, obviously longer than Marco Rodin. So yes, they know about this information. But what I'm showing y'all is something from a completely different perspective. I showed y'all the Giza pyramids and everything, and how this, the very first thing that we thought of was the step pyramid that is, in Saqqara. The very first pyramid that was built looks almost immaculate to this. The only thing is they claim that it had another level, but that really doesn't change anything as far as the concept of the math, itself, because all that would change is, a zero would be down here, and that would, it'll bring this down to, uh, you know, that it is very questionable. It's very questionable because I thought about, that whole concept, but adding another level would change things for real. It'll create a 10. That's what, when we're talking about the Aten, thing, and Egypt and all of this stuff all ties into this stuff. So if you want to know the truth at the end of the day, this stuff is right here in your face. Now, as far as the 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9, like I just said with the Masonic staircase, with these very numbers that I have right here constructed right here, you have to look at the symbols. These people are communicating through symbols. They have the numbers written on every single one of these. If you look up close, they got the number 9 right there. They got the number 1 right there. Hold on. Number 8 is right here. Number 7 is there. And then they have 6, which is right there. 5. Trying to see. 5 and 4 are at the bottom. You can see them plain as day. 5 and 4. And basically it goes all the way around. Exactly how you see Marco Rodin's symbol right here. So when you see this right here, you are looking at this right here that the Freemasons already had created. So this is why I'm saying, Marco Rodin thinks that he created this symbol, this concept, but he, that's what I'm getting at. So that's why I'm showing. Now, when you look at these, the shapes and everything, you have to look and think from a symbolic perspective. And you have to look at what they have on their stairs. They have geometry as one of the steps. So think from a geometry perspective. I'm just thinking from their perspective. I mean, if you really want to, know the clues and everything from the outside, and you're not going, and people don't join, because I know I'm not joining. I know I'm not a Mason. And, at the end of the day, if you want to know, you got to think outside of the box. You got that very center point right there. The crazy thing is, it's a little tent. It's got 4, 4 sides and a point. That's the 4.5 that I've been getting at. That's the secret. That's the center. The X marks the spot. 4.5. 4 and 1. 4 plus 1 equals 5. That combination of 4, 1, and 5, 4 plus 1 equals 5, and 1 plus 4 equals 5, 14 as a number, 45, 41, all that's what Kobe, I was saying and telling y'all, that Corona, all of this stuff, bro, it's been tying into it. Kobe died at 41 years old. A lot of people, looking at things, 4 plus 1 equals 5. I said that the Corona, if you look at my symbol, I got that 45. I just came out with that this year. And then Corona comes out to be actually Corvid. Corvid, that's the name of that's the scientific name of a crow. So when you hear Corvid, it's COVID. That's what this stuff is all symbolizing, man. So you got a triangle right here. 4.5 is in the center. So that's the point, center point. A triangle, which is 3, which is your 3 right there for the Masonic staircase. You will have a 5-sided shape next, surrounding that triangle that's right there. So you got 5 right there. Then you got 7, a heptagon. And then you got a nonagon, which is a non-shaded, a not, which is this nine, which is this right here, a nonagon. If you just, all you got to do is create lines instead of, the circle. It's simple geometry. Now, this is the truth, right? This is on the 32nd degree. It's called the 32nd degree, 30, literally the 32nd degree, Freemasonic apron, with the encampment. And you can look that up yourselves for your own, research or whatever. Now, that's just getting into that concept. And when you continue this, as far as this free energy thing, this, ties into the free, 3, 6, and 9. When you subtract in between these numbers, all these numbers are right here is all doubling all the way up. This is all numbers doubling all the way up. It's not just the same numbers repeating for no reason at all. And the proof is right here. I really shouldn't have to go through all of the numbers and everything to but I will if it's necessary. You take all of these numbers and you literally double all of them, going all the way up. This is how our cells do this. They double, okay? This is how DNA replicates. This is why I'm saying this is important, okay? And this is what power has to deal with. This is what infinity has. Anything that can double and half itself infinite times, that's anything that can continue to half itself or double itself or do both at the same time. That's creating, literally, the half point / the power symbol. You're creating power or infinity. It's hard to, some things are just hard to put into words, but you can just show better than you can tell, man, at the end of the day. But these are literally all of the numbers. This right here that you see right here is all these numbers right here and a little bit more and some more. Okay, so that's all these numbers is right here. And it goes on infinitely. I could have went longer than that, but obviously I don't have no more paper. So that's that case. Now that's exactly what this is right here. This is how energy, would transfer itself up. Now, if you turn it horizontal like this, then you will have a coil, and you can wrap. And I also saw where Dread, did something. And I was on. I want to say shout out to Rosset 0 through 9 because the thing is, he was on his panel, and I was on there. And I had just showed something. I can't find my necklace right now. If I got another one on, I can show like that. Yeah, I do. But we was talking about the DNA or / the energy, free energy. And I brought up the fact of this being wrapped around and connecting, connecting the ends, connecting this, because this goes on infinitely. And if you can connect this end to this end, then you got an infinite. That's where you create a torus field, because 3, 6, and 9 goes down in the center, all the way, in this void. What I'm getting at is that I pulled up just like this. I swear for God, bro, I pulled up just like that with my other necklace. I said, what if, you could just do it like that? And it looked just like this. Now, what he pulled up, Dread, what you pulled up was a picture of DNA that looked just like this. It looked like a necklace, basically. And you was like, what the hell is that? Like how? But I'm just showing you what the symbol. One thing you can't ditch, and we cannot ditch, is numbers, bro. That's why I say at the end of the day, we can all say, and ma'at / math, that's where everything goes back to the mother, bro. The truth is within the roots of the mother, man. Outside of all of this man-made stuff. All I'm going off of is the concept of thinking of creation and how everything that I see in nature. I'm thinking this right here, the reason that you see this, the elements right here, is because this right here is what you see at the center of the earth. This is a pyramid that I'm working on, the architectural layout. Don't you know that once I create this right here and put 45 degrees of a, more, continue these right here, that's basically a big ass pyramid. And this is the generation that I'm seeing inside of it, as far as where the generating areas / spots would be at. This is how my mind is thinking, because when they compare us as humans to pyramids, especially when we meditate. So that's in our position that we sit in and everything. So that's what I'm getting at, man. That's me using my own mind. And that's just where I'm planning to go with all of this stuff right here. But I'm gonna try to pull up some more pictures and everything. And I'm gonna go ahead and open up the panel and talk with y'all if y'all want to, because I see three. I know myself is in here, and then it's two more people. Oh yeah, I also wanted to talk about, because I'm the first also to discover this with the 45-degree fractal. I ain't nowhere near done, man. It's just hard to, damn, some stuff I can't remember. I should have wrote stuff down, but so when you see the G equal in the 7, don't just think like that. It's symbolizing the 9, okay? Because if you turn this upside down, which is what this is, you turn it upside, it's a 9. It turns into a 9, literally. It's the number 9. So that's all it is. And the compass it creates the 360, which equals 9. So that's what the compass is symbolizing. And the way that I see it, the 369 concept kind of got something to do with the spiral. 360 is just a circle. That's just how I'm seeing it. Add that 9 and it got something to do with the spiral energy, But now let's see. See if this is more. It needs to be elaborated on with this. We went through this already in another presentation. That's the miniature version of that. That's the fractal thing that I'm talking about. And that's the piece of the puzzle. All right. So this is what it is. This right here that you see, / this is a symbol. So when you see this right here, you can even pull this up as an emoji. I be using this as an emoji sometimes. This symbol that you see right here, that I'm symbolizing this to be this right here. So when you see that, that's really this right here. And this right here is nothing but this right here. One of these, one section of this. Okay. So this is fractals. I'm symbolizing that because what I have to show is that with this fractal thing, if you zoom in real close on this, okay, real close. Let me start at the bottom. Well, we'll start like that. Okay. So when you see that, you see the symbol basically. Now, like I said, that would mean that one of those little squares like that is really one of those squares that you see. One of those little bitty boxes with that square with a line going through it that you see traveling up this is one of those squares, okay? Now, when you turn it 45 degrees, I'm going to turn this 45 degrees, and you zoom out, you can continue going up the ladder, and you got that same symbol, okay? And then once you get to that point, if you want to continue going up, you would zoom out. And you will continue like that. And what you see right here is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you will push the 1 over to right here. So I'm going to put 1 right here and put 0, right here. So you will have another one that will keep on going up. Now, if y'all have ever heard of something called the Fibonacci sequence, then that's something that's very similar to this. This right here is not the Fibonacci sequence. This is the Corey sequence. This is something that I created myself. And that I've tapped into because it's the truth that's right here. But this is, all based off of the 45-degree concept. And the reason that it is important is because this is exactly how marijuana grows. You know, I'm not getting, the thing is, y'all, see, we talk about how much we can generate energy as people, as human beings, but think about how much energy a plant could generate. If you could tap into getting free energy from a plant, you know, hey, you know, ain't no telling what you could do. So, but this is exactly how marijuana grows. The leaves continue to grow, you know, that big, and the cells replicate off of, you know, that 45 day. It literally grows in 45-degree patterns. So when you see this right here, this is for the person that just came in. I'm explaining the fractal. So we're gonna go through this one time, and I'm gonna, you know, look at the comments real quick. You said, you know, when you see 3, there is at least 2 zeros missing. When you see 3, there is at least 2 zeros missing. I'm gonna let that one sit on me. And then the rest says the views is all numbers. It's easy for them to remove the zeros. That's true. I'm trying to comprehend that first part. You might have to elaborate that a little bit more for me. You said, you know, when you see 3, there's at least 2 zeros missing. I'm gonna seek to figure that one out, fam. But I'm gonna explain this for the person that just came in. I don't know who that is, but it's cool. If you don't drop anything, you want to stay anonymous. But check this out. This is what I was saying about the fractal. I'm the first person. If you've ever heard of the Fibonacci sequence, which I'm sure you have, you know, it's simple. You know, it's almost like squaring and continuing to add a square. You know, it's but you're going in a 90-degree concept. What I've showed y'all is breaking down and then I'm gonna show y'all the other cool way of breaking down the fractals with this too, because that 4 and 5 is something else, man. Because you shift this over, when you shift those numbers and you add all of those pyramidal fractals up, they all equal 45. So this 45-degree concept is what I'm showing y'all. That's what the power has to deal with. Okay, now let me get back to this. You have this symbol right here. When you see this right here, which is, I was finishing this right here, that's what this is. So I need a pencil, and let me see. This right here is basically, dang, man. I'm sorry about this. It's way over there. Come on. All right, I got one. There we go. Now, when you see this right here is basically what I was doing. And when you see me putting this X right here, I'm basically creating this right here. So when you see this symbol, what you're seeing right here is the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. This right here that you see, you got 1, you got 2, slash this is what this is, what this is. Okay? So this is the fractal concept. So what I'm saying over here is whenever you zoom in, you could keep on zooming in on this infinitely. I mean, I can't zoom in and draw that much. I mean, I don't have a microscope to draw that small, but that's literally what it would take. That's why I said that this is almost like numerically mapping out what numbers are, you know, because at the end of the day, how many, you know, you have 0, everything is broken up into tens at the end of the day. So when we think about fractals and everything, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, you know, is broken up into 10, and you would have 10 that would be on, you know, in this area, you know, and that would literally, if you can comprehend me, that would be like going 0, 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7. And if you want to account for all of this in between that, you would have, you know, like 0.3, you know, if you wanted to know where 0.3 would be at, it would be like right there, or 1 or point, let's say 24, it would be like right here at the halfway point. If you can comprehend what I'm saying. But when you zoomed in on that, it would really be another, number, which is small like this. This is me, like, bro, this is me going off the dome right now, but this is all facts, like for real. So it's really just me seeing stuff broken down right in front of y'all, but it's what I already knew as well. It's just amazing seeing it. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is positive and negative is accounted for with both of these lines. That's why when you see this is important, because this is the positive and the negative being accounted for. So it's not like it's just one perspective of the numbers. When you zoom in like this right here, being that symbol is that, you can keep on going to infinite. Okay. But when you go up that ladder like that, you can keep on going up it and traveling up it for, now when you're ready to go up to the next round, the next level, then that's when you shift your 45 degrees. When you shift 45 degrees from going up this line right here, up this ladder like that, then you end up traveling up a whole nother route. You're on a whole nother DNA thing. And then once you travel another 45 degrees, once you get to the end, you would be coming up on another square, in which 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 would be that right there that y'all see. So that right there is basically me. And that will go, like, the squares would get so freaking big basically after this point, because the squares would pretty much take up almost 2 pieces of paper for, almost 1 square at this point. And if you kept on doing that, that would mean, for, 5 by 5 square, after a while, once you get so big, bro, you would be mapping out almost entire cities. And, that's after getting the code done just a few times. So that's what I'm saying. This, right, like the Fibonacci sequence, when we talk about architecture, that's something that is found within architecture. This right here is something that I'm showing y'all our ancient ancestors as far as their mathematics. This ties into that, because this, I'm not saying that I'm the, hey, once you, tie, I saw 2 people jump off. But once you jump into the math, and everything deeper, as far as the ancestors and everything, they, had their units or cubits concept that they went by. Me on my end, I'm showing it from a whole nother level. But this is the 45 degree, concept I'm gonna show y'all with the adding the numbers and everything together. As far as the fractals of the 45 right here, I'm gonna show y'all how 45, comes out to be with these small ones. And this will probably be the last thing that I have to show y'all on the 45, because I might just come back for another presentation. I don't want this to be too long for y'all. And let me check the comments. You said I was talking about the views earlier. You said it didn't went up now. Oh, okay. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up. You said there's a no, I don't think that it's that many people watching. I don't think it ain't that many. But let me see. Yeah. Freaking calculator. Yeah. Yeah, this is the coolest thing to me. Once I found this out, I was like, dang, bro, this 45 is no joke. Because you can't do this with another number. That's the craziest thing. I could understand if it was something else or another shape, another number that you could do it with. But that's the experimentation that I went through. I've tried all of that, and it ain't possible. It just ain't. At the end of the day, everything is built off of a grid concept. Whenever a person creates a statue or, does something architecturally, everything is built off of a grid. When we're talking about flat earth, that stuff is all about a grid concept. You're built off of a grid. Us as people, we're walking 90-degree angles. Everything about us is about, if you ain't standing up straight, you ain't 90 degrees, you ain't creating 90 degrees. You ain't on a 9. And that's what all of this is, bro. You know, you can't get around. It's bro. Now, when we look at these fractals, this is where I'm saying our ancient ancestors, as far as pictures. You know, I have actual picture evidence. You know, that I'm gonna show y'all right here. You know, this is what I'm seeing with the Giza pyramids. Now, when you look at this, hold on. Did not mean to show that, but that's cool. Whatever. It is what it is. Hold on, let me get this straight. At least y'all know a nigga ain't gay. That's one thing y'all know. Shit. But let me pull this up. I might have it in the drive. Yeah, there go one right there. All right, bro. We had a quick technical difficulty right there. But this is what we got. Okay. When you look at this, this shit was funny, man. But when you look at this and then look at this, um, you have this right here and you have this right here. And then you have this pyramid that's right here in the background. Now, I had another drawing where I could pull it up by picture. That's cool too. Yeah, right here. You have a picture. I mean, a pyramid that's smooth in the background, which is basically what that kind of is exemplifying too. But right here, you have a picture, and you have, I mean, a pyramid, and you have a pyramid at 45 degrees of an angle. I don't know. I don't know if this is at 45 degrees of an angle as far as that pyramid that's behind this Giza pyramid right here. I don't know if that's at 45 degrees of an angle. That one back there. But this is what I'm saying as far as them showing the fractals. Because actually, if you go over there to the other side of the other pyramid that's at the farthest over there, once you go to that side, there's actually, you know, 3 more pyramids that are on the side of that one, just like this one. So it's almost like they were trying to do a Fibonacci type of thing with their concept. Whether that's what was going on, I don't know. But I do know that they usually, you know, when you look at the pyramids, for whatever reason, they created them in threes. They would put one and then, you know, 2 more, and then same thing right there in that concept. And then on the other side of the other ones, like I said, they had 3 more. So for whatever reason, you know, they use concept of threes. But when you, let me go to the calculator. Dang, this thing ain't dying too. Both of my phones dying. I forget where the freaking calculator is. Anyway, 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 0 on this end. 0, 1, 2, 1, 0. Okay. 0 plus, let me make sure that I keep both of them in the same frame if possible. Okay. All right. 0 plus 1. Now remember, all of these are supposed to add up to be 45 at the end of the day when you add the period, when you add all of the numbers together. So the objective is going to be to go to pan from left to right, you know, or right to left, whichever means, you know, and add all of those numbers together. And we should get 45 no matter what. This not only down here, but also going all the way up. This will continue infinite. And basically, once you get to a certain point, every 3 sections, every 3, you know, you basically, it's a mirroring basically. So it will continue infinitely regardless. That's why the same numbers that you see down here is the same numbers as down here if you look at a mirror. But 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus, god dang it, 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 0, answer, equals 4. Okay. Now, you got 4 right there. So we already know we got 4. Now, we will have 9 plus this 9 that you see right here in the center is obsolete. It doesn't matter. 9 and 0 both connect and make 1, and they just, create that, 0 space in the center, the spiral space, which is what the snake travels upward. Now, with 9, we already got 4. Now we're going to add 9, 8, 7, 8, and 9. So 9 plus 8 plus 7 plus 8 and plus 9 equals 41. 41 plus the 4 that we already had equals 45. So our red chakra, we got that already, X'd out. We could do that as X'd out, but we could take it even further and move this, next number over 45 degrees, which is what I was saying. It's something about moving it and creating a 45-degree pyramid. So if you move the 0 over to right here, you would then have 2 pyramids right here before you get to this middle point, instead of having a 1 pyramid before you get to the middle point. So you go, you will have 0, 1, 0, 1, 0. Okay. So you have 0 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1 and plus 0. Okay. 0 plus 1, 0 plus 1 plus 0 plus, golly, come on. 0 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1 and plus 0 equals 2. We already knew what that was, but I'm just doing it just for, for it. And then on this side, you carry on the same property. You mirror that. You will move this 9 over to right here, which would be at a 45 degree. It would make a 45-degree angle as another triangle. So you will have 9, 8, 9, 8, and 9. So you got 2 right here, and you have 9, 8, 9, 8, 9. Okay. Nobody else has done this in math. I've never seen this done as far as fractals or anything. Okay. Real talk. Straight up. Now, like I said, we got 2 that was made right here at 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 9, 8, 9, 8, and 9. 9 plus 8 plus 9 plus 8 and plus 9. We should get 42. Hold on. I mean 43. I'm tripping because we had 2 missing. I'm tripping off of 45. So 43. Okay. 43 plus 2 equals 5. Okay. Because we had 0 plus 1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 0, which gave us 2. And then we got 43. So now the red quadrant is done. Like I said, this would be a long video, and that's cool by me, but that's just straight up. So I mean, all of these numbers right here, all come out to be 45. They ain't never seen that done before. Now we're gonna do 0 plus 2 plus 4 plus 2 plus 0, because this is the next one. We already know that all of these numbers right here, being this all of the same numbers, but it's not just the same numbers being shifted around for the joy jolly of it. That's not what's going on. That's why I showed this earlier, because what we're doing is we're doubling all of the numbers. This is the map right here. This is standard notation. This is what we would call standard notation, and what the math, the math that they told us, just in standard notation. Now, when you see that right there, the funny thing is I can show y'all something about the sacred geometry of the numbers and how it ties into other symbology of how they show on the snakes around the human body. But when you look at these numbers right here, it's exactly what you see right here. It's these numbers simplified, basically. You simplify all of the numbers down into their root. That's why you see right here, which the point that we're at is 0, 2, and 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That's all of the numbers double, because you just doubled all of these. You got 1 doubled equals 2, 2 doubled equals 4, 3 doubled equals 6, and 4 doubled equals 8. 5 doubled equals 10, 6 doubled equals 12, 7 doubled equals 14, and you got 8 doubled equals 16, and you got 9 doubled equals 18. When you take those numbers from that point so that you can, this is compression. Your body is compressed. See, think about it. Your torus field, what it's doing is it's keeping your body compressed and from obliterating and going, just being out of shape and out of whack. So when we're looking at somebody's body, now this is just my interpretation as far as when you're looking at somebody's body who is kind of out of whack. That means, that their torus field or something, might be wrong with it. As far as how it's being generated, it might be a defect that made their body, shaped incorrectly or whatever. I don't know. That's just my speculation. But I can tell you as a fact that the numbers right here are being compressed. And that's what's, they're carrying, the same concept of, information and memory and everything, but the numbers are compressed right here. Because that's, if not, everything will keep on going like the torus field is doing, right here. Because that's what this is basically how the crown chakra opens up the two birds. That's what those two birds are symbolizing when you look at that art. When you look at the Freemasons, art, all of this stuff. But when you see these Freemasonic symbols with the, the two birds and, the also the cross, the Knights Templar cross, like when you look at that cross, it has like the little niche in it. That's the niche right there, and that's the opposite end having a niche. And then of course over here, these arrows that are made right here are not made purposely. All of this is made by itself. It's almost like this stuff is literally telling you to go this way, like to come in this way. It's as you create the art, the arrows make themselves. So I know I kind of jumped around right there, but this all definitely ties into Freemasonry and the concept of how they talk about raising a man from a dead level to a perpendicular and everything like that. They do speak of those things, and the Jacob's ladder, the two pillars and all of that whole concept and everything is exactly what that's about. But I think that, let me continue with the math as far as, these up here. I'm gonna continue showing y'all that. Once I finish that, then I'll go that, and that's really just me proving that to y'all. Cause see it with this math thing, the only way that you can prove it, is really by doing the work in front of people, and that's just the honest truth. And I'm pretty sure y'all can concur with that because I could just continue to tell y'all that this stuff adds up to be 45 and it not be true. That ain't right. So that's why I want to do the work in front of y'all. But this thing is still charging. So I got this map right here for y'all so that y'all can see, that these numbers are not just made up. Those are actually the numbers being, added and simplified and compressed into these numbers right here. That's all that really is. 0, 2, 4, 2, and 0. Okay. 0 plus 2 plus 4 plus 2 plus 0 equals 8. Okay. So if we got 8, you can also on that end. Now you got to pay attention to these numbers too. They're functioning as polar opposites. So I don't mean to jump back down here and confuse anyone, but this came out to be 4 and this one came out to be 41. With vortex-based mathematics, you are supposed to simplify the numbers down. And that's just, with any concept in reality, compression. But you will have 4 is this pyramid and 5 is this one, because 4 equals that. 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 0 equals 4. And then this over here equals 41. 4 plus 1 equals 5. 4 and 1 are supposed to be the polar opposites, according to what this right here, this original diagram. 4 and 5 are right across from each other. Also, what I could show y'all is that if you want to know what the next number is going to be right here, all that you have to do is add all of these numbers up. 0 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 equals 10. You know, and same thing with this concept. If you add those up, it'll simplify to 8. That's just me throwing that in there. But you know, of course you got 8. You know, 0 plus 2 plus 4 plus 2 equals 8. And then you have 9 plus 7 plus 5 plus 7 plus 9. Okay. So 9 plus 7 plus 5 plus 7 and plus 9 equals 37. Now 37 plus the 8 that we just had right here equals 45. So we got 45 again. Now, for the smaller pyramids of fractals, we will have 0, 2, and then 0, and then 2, and then 0. And then we will have 9, and then 7, and then 9, and then 7, and then 9. Okay. So 0 plus 0, 2, 0, 2, 0. 0 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 and plus 0. Hold on, what the heck? 0 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 and plus 0 equals, of course, 4. And then, you know, 9 plus 7 plus 9 plus 7 plus 9. 9 plus 7 plus 9 plus 7 plus 9 equals 41, which is the same numbers that we just had down here for these bigger pyramids, you know. So, man, whoa. But yeah, you got yeah, 4 and then 41 would be down here as far as the small fractals on that end. You have 4 up here and then 41. Now, you will add these up right here. 0 plus 8 plus 4. I mean, 0 plus 4 plus 8, you know, you got 12, and then you would have another 4, which equals 16 plus the 0. So you would have 16 right here. And then you would, you know, if you wanted to, 45 minus 16 on that end, you know, but, you know, you would basically get this number right here and what this adds out to be. I'm not going to just say it. I'm going to show it so that it's not like I'm just saying it, you know, but 0 plus 4 plus 8 and plus 4 plus 0 equals 16, like I said. And then 9 plus 5 plus 1 plus 5 and plus 9. Okay. Plus 9 plus 5 plus, oh shit. Where's the delete? Dang it. Okay, so 16, you know, 16 plus 9 plus 5 plus 1 plus 5 plus 9 equals 45. So we got 45 right there is that for the both of those is that M. Okay. And then of course you would do the small fractals. 0 plus 4 plus 0 plus 4 plus 0 plus 3. I mean plus 9 plus 5 plus 9 plus 5 and plus 9. And you would get 45. So 0, 4, 0, 4, 0 equals 8. And then 9 plus 5 will equal 14. 14 plus 9 will equal 23. 23 plus 5 would equal 28. 28 plus 9. Shit. 28 plus 9. Brain fart. 37. 37 plus 8 is 45. So that's what the small ones would be. Okay. So this continues going up. And then once you, the thing is, what I'm saying is once you get to the halfway point, after you do 3, you know, everything else mirrors because everything is complementary. This also ties into not only light. See, light apparently travels at a 45-degree angle. I can look that up. I can literally do that. Yeah. I don't watch no porn or nothing like that, bro. But Ain't nobody gonna I don't want no bank information or nothing to come up. But as far as the what angle does light travel? The angle of refraction. The amount of bending A right of light may approach the boundary at an angle incidence of 45 degrees and bend towards the normal. And then it goes on to read more about refraction. If it enters a small amount of refraction, then the angle of refraction might be of about 42 degrees. I know y'all can't see that. Damn, my bad. Um, it looks like the same. Well, yeah, I have to find more on it later. But yeah, a light apparently travels at a 45-degree angle. Now, with that being said, this right here, we know that rainbows have to deal with light at the end of the day. Those pyramids in Giza are actually, lined up, with rain. A lot of people know about the constellations and everything, and certain things, but they also got something to do with rainbows and how they line up with the horizon and everything. So when you look at these numbers and how they're set up, the energy, in each chakra and everything going up, uh, it's complementary. That's why I'm saying that, because everything that's right here is just a reflection of what's down here. That's why you got it's coming to the right this way, from left to right this way. You got the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then up this way, you got the same numbers, but it starts with 9, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 0 instead of 9. Everything is, basically reciprocated, as you come up, this way. It's the same thing going down that way. And this one down here going down this way. For the orange, the complementary color of orange is blue. So blue would be next. So it would be the same numbers. So you got the numbers 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Basically, this is your doubles. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. Not doubles, but I mean the twos. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, and 18. But it's all simplified down into the the numbers, which is all right here. This is the proof map: 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 18, which is the orange chakra pointed downwards. So you would have 0, not 0, but with these, well, I mean, if we so orange, blue, yeah, same numbers, yeah, double. So like we started with 0 over here from this side, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9. Over here from this side, you would have, with the blue, you would start counting with 9 instead of 0, and then you start doubling the numbers: 9, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. But it wouldn't be 18 in that case. It would be the 0 right there. So, that's just, how those numbers, so that's just proof in itself of how the 45, will continue fractally adding up like that. And I'm the first to do that and explain it that way, especially show the significance of 45 in vortex-based mathematics. But when you, and then also with the, I'm also the first to do that with the, my new little sequence that I have. This right here, 45-degree sequence. has to do with how plants grow. Some, you know, like marijuana and things like that. I'm tied into that, but you know, continue to forever zoom out. But I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link down here, man. You know, like I said, I will open up the panel. I pretty much explain, you know, everything that needs to be, you know, explained. If anybody would like to join, you know, you let me know. All right, once again, I apologize for the small flare there, you know, that went up. Feel free to join. I know I got 2 people watching. I don't know if it's supposed to be a notification whenever somebody joins too. If not, I can wrap up the show, fam. That's cool. Cause I looked at the comment section. Nobody's down there. I saw one more person come in. If there's anybody that wants to hop on the panel, I got the panel open. If anybody would like to join and talk about this or debate it, or you know anything that's been shown, anything like that. The fractal Nikola Tesla. If you think you know anything negative of it, whatever. If not, I'll shut the stream down. All right. Well, I'm gonna shut it down. I appreciate y'all coming through and you know, seeing that, man, watching and you witnessed it firsthand, man. I got a lot of great people I actually been talking to, man. So it's going great as far as where it's already going and where I'm going to end up with it. You know, definitely, it's something else to have something left behind that's got your name to it. Like, you know, for somebody to create something like the Fibonacci sequence, for me to draw as well as I do, and then on top of that, be a black male and have created what I've created. You know, it stands out to me, and you know, I'm just appreciative of myself if nobody else is. You know, so shit, man. The Corey sequence has been revealed. I'm gonna get on out of here, guys. I hope you have a great day.